Hello everyone, my name is RAHMAT. I am student at Muhammadiyah University of Surabaya, majoring in psychology. On this occasion, I will tell you about history of the breakup of the South Korea and North Korea to fulfill the mid-semester exam assessment for English courses. Maybe some you still don't know about the story. Let's check it out. History of the breakup of South Korea and North Korea. South Korea and North Korea have been involved in protracted conflict for decades. The beginning of the Korean War occurred in 1950. The history of the Korean War began with the Japanese occupation of Korea during 1910 until 1945. Then, North Korea became a socialist country led by Kim Il-sung and supported by the Soviet Union, while South Korea became a capitalist country led by Lee Seung-man and supported by the US. And then, in 1948, North and South Korea were separated by 38 parallel, a line of latitude that runs through the Korean peninsula. The beginning of the Korean War. The beginning of the war between North Korea and South Korea began on June 25, 1950. At the time, 75,000 North Korean soldiers crossed the 38th parallel, the boundary between the Soviet-backed Democratic People's Republic of Korea to the north and the pro-Western Republic of Korea in the south. This invasion was the first military action of the Cold War era. Then in July 1950, United States troops entered the war on behalf of South Korea and called it a war against the force of international communism. After several battles at the 38th parallel, casualties continued to increase without any expected results. American officials anxiously arranged a ceasefire with North Korea. This invasion was the first military action of the Cold War era. Then in July 1950, United States troops entered the war on behalf of South Korea and called it a war against the force of international communism. After several battles at the 38th parallel, casualties continued to increase without any expected results. American officials initially arranged a ceasefire with North Korea. The Korean peninsula is divided into two. Since the early 20th century, the Korean peninsula was the part of the Japanese Empire. After Japan's defeat in the World War II, the United States and the Soviets had to decide what to do with territory previously controlled by their enemies. In August 1945, it was decided that the Korean peninsula be divided into two along the 38th parallel. Russian occupied the northern area and the United States occupied the area to the south. By the end of the decade, the new state had formed on the peninsula. In the south, anti-communist dictator Lee Seung-man enjoyed the support of the Korean government, while in the north, communist dictator Kim Il-sung enjoyed support from the Soviets. The dictators were involved in a prolonged standoff at the 38th parallel and the fight on the border between the two countries was commonplace and resulted in early 10,000 South Korea and North Korea soldiers being killed. South Korea military survives. Since the war started until now, there has been no agreement between the two countries, only a ceasefire. And then, this country imposed military service on its male citizens. South Korea military service applies to every male citizen who is able-bodied and aged between 18 and 28 years. They must undergo mandatory military service for 2 years. The reason why male citizens have to undergo mandatory military service is the ongoing threat from North Korea to South Korea regarding a nuclear attack. From the storytelling earlier, now we know the history of the formation of the two Korean countries, right? That's how I end the storytelling assignment for these mid-exams. Hopefully it can increase knowledge and insight for all of you. I'm Rahmat Novianto, take my leave. Thank you. Bye bye.